Podcasts are hot right now. How do I know? Well, you're listening to one right now, aren't you? But you might be wondering, how on earth do I get my voice out there and start my own podcast? It all seems so intimidating. Between hosting and platforms and monetization, it can get real complicated real quick. Well, I'm going to let you in on a little secret. We started this podcast over 2 years ago, not knowing clue one on how to do it. So how do we do it? We did it with Anchor. Anchor is the free podcast app with creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on all the platforms like Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. And everybody likes money, right? Well, you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So go right now, download the free Anchor app, or go to Anchor FM to get started. It's the E-Commerce Minute, your daily dose of e-commerce, tech, and retail news with your hosts, Bart Mraz and John Suter. The E-Commerce Minute is a production of Sumo Heavy, a digital commerce consulting firm in Brooklyn, New York, and Philadelphia. Find us on the web at sumoheavy.com. This episode of the E-Commerce Minute is brought to you by Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. With Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back in business in no time. And for being a loyal E-Commerce Minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you'll never overpay. Save time and money on mailing and shipping with Send Pro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping. Calculate exact postage online, and print labels right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access this special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with a free trial of Send Pro Online from Pitney Bowes. It's E-Commerce Minute episode 576.
In today's episode, Google Shopping gets an upgrade.
Podcast number 532, Google launches shopping portal. We talked about Google's new shopping page that offers personalized shopping suggestions for users based on their web activity and directs them to purchase products through the Google site, a third-party retailer site, or in-store. Now that platform is getting a redesign. Google has launched a redesign of Google Shopping in the US across both the online and mobile sites, featuring a new personalized homepage, price tracking, and new Google Lens feature for building outfits. The new homepage is now more personalized to your specific shopping preferences and will automatically suggest reordering products you previously bought and recommendations based on your Google activity. The redesign also includes options to shop local stores, track prices, and even find style inspiration through Google Lens. Google Lens's smart image recognition technology already helps identify objects, translates text, and finds similar items. But now you can use a photo of an outfit that you like on Instagram or elsewhere, and Google Lens will be able to pull up other style ideas from around the web. The redesign also integrates Google's local delivery service, Google Express, which was absorbed into Google Shopping earlier this year to offer a single, unified place to shop. Google is also launching a new price tracker, which will let users track items you're looking for and ping you with a notification on your phone when the price drops. Email notifications are also in the works for later this year. The purpose of the redesign is so that you can simply search for whatever you're looking for, then order it from wherever makes most sense, whether it's online, a local store, or from retailers selling directly through Google. The redesign is now live in the US on both the web and mobile. I think a lot of people don't even realize all the stuff that you could do on Google. I think this is another example of that.
I totally agree.
Yes. So, I mean, when you go look for things, right, you go to Amazon a lot of times, not just Google. Right.
Mhm.
And Google, if you search for stuff, it does give you all the shopping links. But people don't realize that's actually a thing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is actually the Lens thing. I've used it a whole bunch of times to like figure out prices.
Yeah. Let's talk about Google Lens.
If you download, I think on an Android, the Google app has it. But if you download the Google app on your phone, there's a Lens button on the search.
Yeah, it's built into it's in the corner up under the search bar.
You can point at a product like a book or anything else, and it figures out what it is, and it goes, here's the prices from all these places, from all these stores. So it's a cool feature to have.
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, it goes beyond that. It translates text. So if you're in a foreign country and you're in Germany and you say, I don't know what the sign says, you can point it to it and it will translate it to English or whatever preferred language you want to translate it to. And a lot of nature enthusiasts are using Google Lens for like when they go on a nature walk and they're like, what plant is this? They go,
plant it is.
And it identifies what plant it is. I think that's one of the things that the internet, I think, was created for. But
that's actually funny because last year when I was in college, we had to like come up with like an app, and that was my app. Like you just like pointed the camera towards like a plant or something, or like a landmark, and it would like tell you what it is.
And
So
then
thanks,
they
Google.
bought you out and then closed you down, right?
No, what had happened actually was I had Google open during this, and the little Google robots inside my phone heard me and took it back to Alphabet, and now here we are, and I'm not getting my royalties.
Okay.
That's actually what happened.
See, be careful, people. You keep your ideas to yourself.
I know, write them down. Use the old pen and paper.
And don't share them at all, and don't work on them.
Yeah. All right, so let's unpack the rest of this. So I think this is some very powerful stuff that they have going on here, and I think a lot of people just don't realize that it's there. I think for smart, price-sensitive shoppers, and I think Google would do well to promote this. Maybe over the fourth quarter. I'm sure they, it's probably too late now, but to promote the price sensitivity part of it, I think is really key. And the fact that we're seeing that shopping is going mostly mobile anyway, and you say, all right, I'm looking for this jacket and I'm real price sensitive about it. Just set up an alert, set it, and forget it. And the Googles will find you. The Googles will find you that cheap price. The Googles and the goggles will find you and find you that cheap price. I think now on the downside, what Google is missing is, and I'm just kind of guessing here, I'm spitballing, but I'm going to play a consumer here, and I say, okay, I'm Google versus Amazon. I'm price comparison shopping on Google. I'm waiting for that price. I'm doing this. Okay, it's telling me to go to Joe's leather shop to get this leather jacket, or I'm on Amazon.com. It's only X dollars more. I'll have it tomorrow. Screw it.
Right.
Go to Amazon, and I think that is always going to be their challenge.
Sure, but not everything is going to be on Amazon. Not every single style. People do keep them in
True
stock. It's every business sort of. People trying to sell on Amazon is hard. Yes, you have a market, but then you have competition, and one of the biggest advertising networks now is on Amazon itself. So that whole world is such a different play. And then you have people who just are on Amazon. You don't even know they exist as a real business.
True.
Correct.
So there's different ways of looking at it. In my mind, it's wherever you can be there.
Well, let's also talk about Pinterest. Pinterest also is real big in the visual search scene. Brittany, let's talk about fashion, since that's something that you know more about than, say, these two old crusty guys, Bart and myself. So let's see. You have an outfit. Could you see yourself using something like this? Now let's compare Pinterest versus Google Lens versus even the Amazon. Amazon has the same feature,
right?
What would you see yourself using? If you say, "Oh, I really like this sweater," take us through what you would, in a typical scenario, what you would do.
Like if I saw this sweater, like on Google.
No, if you were out and about and you saw it in the wild. Okay. I mean, this is really what that's made for. It's like, I want, Jennifer, I really like your shirt. Let me take it. Where did I get it? I don't remember. Let me take a picture of it, and Google finds it. Is that something you would do, or would you?
Absolutely. I'd go Google. I really would. I would go Google for a situation like that personally. I think the issue lies in the fact that I feel like a lot of people would use that, but I feel like for Google being Google, they're not getting creative with the way that they're promoting these.
That's kind of where I was leading you down the path. I don't think they're promoting it right.
Yeah, they're just not.
My lady friend, every time we're out, she's like, "Look at that girl's sweater. Where did she get that?" And I'm going, if only there was a way to find out. GOOGL.
And that's what they should do. They should literally make an entire campaign based off of that question. You know what I mean? How would we ever find this? And it's like, duh, Google. You Google everything as it is. Why wouldn't you just use Google to figure out where somebody's sweater is from? And they're not promoting it that way. In fact, when I was reading up on this, I had a hard time even wrapping my head around it, just kind of the way that they were describing it, let alone the fact that they're not promoting it. I was like, what are they talking about?
Yeah, it's definitely a marketing point of difference, because as we said earlier, the other point of difference between Google is, okay, you've made your decision. You made your decision to purchase. You're all in. Then you're presented with choices. Whereas, the choices might be drive to a store, order it online, don't know the vendor, or what's the other choice? Your brain just gets tired, and you just go, Amazon.
Right.
The way they need to promote this is to say, with Google Lens, you're going to find things that you can't find on the other guys. You find
Yeah.
things you can't find in the jungle.
Yeah,
Get
literally.
it, Amazon?
Like,
Boo.
boo.
Sorry, folks. I have a head cold, so I'm in the twilight zone this week. But yeah, I think this is a real opportunity for Google to promote this, and I think they might be missing out. But all that aside, I definitely looked at the mobile and the desktop upgrades in this, and it looks great. I mean, it's really easy to navigate, and design-wise, I think everything's getting this real stripped down look. So it's not like they're doing anything radical in the design. Everything is cards. Everything is little carousels. Everything is little, you like this, so now look at this. Everything's recommendations, recommendation engines and cards. And they've really got a good experience here. They represent the vendors nice. It looks great.
This whole thing could also start another conversation about how like Google's branding has worked for them before for like decades or however the heck long Google's been a thing. I don't know. I have no concept of time. But like their branding is so boring and the way that they do everything is boring. Google is so boring. And I think Amazon is like a little bit spicier, and that's why people go to Amazon. Like from a branding perspective, like there is nothing enticing or attractive about the way that Google, to me, like makes
Google is still a search company.
It's
Yeah.
still a
Gotta
search
remember
company.
that.
And in their defense, they have come light years from where they were even 10 years ago, and 1,000 light years from where they were in 1999. They've
Yeah.
unified, their branding, and I agree, their branding is pretty generic looking, but I think that's part of the aesthetic.
Mhm.
They have the material design, and it's basically designed to keep the cruft out of the way and let you get done what you're doing. Because as Bart said, they're primarily a search company, and then they're all the other things company. And when you're talking strictly UI and UX, it's basically when you're designing to stay out, to provide the information that's needed and then stay out of the way.
Right.
They also do that with the shopping. I mean, if you look at this page, it is about as generic as you can get until you get into the banners. Like there's a banner for Halloween, obviously, and then a shop now button. It's things like that. But
Yeah.
if you're there to do your business and get out of the way, I think that's where they excel. But you're right. Like if you go to a detail page on one of these products, it's almost all white and then a blue button.
Which is fine because I love simplicity.
Yeah.
I just
the minimalists will love this, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. I just feel like it's interesting that like they're trying to get into like other industries and like not molding their branding more with like the demographics that are going to be into that industry. But I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I'm not sure I agree with you. Like I said, I think they're there just to provide the service and then get out of the way. Their logo was always goofy with all the colors and everything, but I think they've successfully integrated that color scheme into what they do. But yeah, you're right. It's I mean, if you want to go back to basics, the name's goofy.
Right.
But yeah, they're more utility than being all fancy. Oh, look, there's something that I put in the cart months ago just for giggles, and it's still sitting there. The Google.
I guess my point
Google
is that
remembers.
It disappoints me that their updates don't get as much hype as they should. And I guess that like the only solution I have in my brain for that is like the way they're branding and promoting it. But
well, yeah, it's surprising that they're not spending some of their ad dollars on marketing versus Amazon.
Right.
As it's fourth quarter. Where are you doing your Christmas shopping?
Exactly.
Go to Google and demonstrate all these great features. Instead of letting people find the stuff out organically, which a lot of people won't bother to do. Because if you look at a average person who's using their phone, it's getting it out. I want to search for something. How many people you think go on their phone on google.com and they look at that little lens icon and the little microphone and totally bypass it and still type their search in instead of just speaking into the phone or using the Google Lens?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you could probably do usability tests and people will be like, oh, it does what?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, I can talk. I mean, voice is obviously getting a little bit more ubiquitous, but people probably look at that lens thing and just think it's just a piece of decoration.
Yeah, like what's Google doing now? I feel like we're all traumatized from like Google Plus.
You know what? That's another good point in that features come and go.
Yeah.
Google buys things and people, Bart, you and I could talk about all the companies that we fell in love with that Google bought and then shut down. And I
Way
think
too
some
many
of
of them.
some of us in tech are a little traumatized by that, and we've retracted and basically said, I'm going to keep all my pieces of my organizational, how I get things done to myself, and I'll cautiously use anything new. And I think a lot of startups get hurt by that, but that is a whole other conversation. Brittany,
Just opened up a can of worms.
we have many cans. We have shelves full of worms. Please come by the store later and look at them. And in the meantime, would you like to tell us about today's sponsor?
Shipping and mailing from your desk has never been simpler than with SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes. With SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes, it's just click, send, and save for as low as $4.99 a month. Send envelopes, flats, and packages right from your desk, and you're back to business in no time. And for being a loyal e-commerce minute listener, you'll receive a free 30-day trial to get started and a free 10-pound scale to ensure that you never overpay. So save time and money on mailing and shipping with SendPro Online. Starting at $4.99 a month, you can also qualify for special USPS rates for letters and priority mail shipping, calculate exact postage online, and print labels and stamps right from your PC. So go to pb.com/minute to access the special offer for a free 30-day trial plus a free 10-pound scale to get started. That's pb.com/minute. Experience shipping made simple with the free trial of SendPro Online from Pitney Bowes.
All righty, we'll do a quick Google stat time. Spending on Google shopping ads grew 38% during the second quarter, according to Merkle's recently released digital marketing report, Q2 2019. And Google shopping ads produced 63% of retailers' total Google search ad clicks in the second quarter. That's according to Digital Commerce 360. And a quick Amazon stat. Amazon is still the top spot where consumers go first to start looking for products online, with 49% of consumers selecting Amazon first. That's from Digital Commerce 360. And my favorite author, Captain Obvious. You guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, go check out the new Google shopping portal. That's your e-commerce minute for today. We'll see you on the internet tomorrow. That's it for today's show. If you like the show, do us a favor and subscribe or leave us a review on iTunes. And don't forget, you can now listen to the e-commerce minute on your Amazon device. Just add e-commerce minute to your flash briefing. And finally, if you have a comment or suggestion or just want to say hi, find us on social media at Sumo Heavy.